All right, so we back on right now. Had a little bit of technical difficulty there, but we back on. So, like I was saying, I wanted to jump on this live and just talk about pretty much what the topic. What I wanted to talk about was barber prices and the effect that it has on clients and a trend that I've been noticing as far as with clients that I've been seeing. So you guys let me know. Ask people in. I know I got one guy that wants to come on and talk about it as well. Who we got? Cubezilla. What's up, bro? Yeah, I can bring you on as well, man. No issue. Go ahead and send the request through. But yeah, like I said, there we go. We got my boy Concise on as well. Y'all can go ahead and send a request on there. But like I said, I wanted to do this live stream and talk about barber prices um, as a whole. So let me go ahead and accept these invitations. See if we get y'all on.
Oh
Yo,
shit, man! First and foremost, I want to say
yo.
congrats, bro. Congratulations, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving,
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
both of y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And happy Thanksgiving to both of y'all, man.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to y'all, man. But yeah, man, I wanted to jump up on here. Let me see. Hold on. Concise, you on there? You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. All right. I didn't know. You got your video off right now?
Nah, I saw him. I see y'all. I see both of y'all.
Yeah, he
You
see,
see?
I see him too.
You see him
You
too?
can't see him? Yeah, I
No.
see him.
Okay. All right. You
He
see?
got
All
his
right. If
hands
you
close
see
to
him.
his mouth.
Okay,
Okay,
you see it. Okay, I just
now you
see.
go.
Yeah, I just see two right now, so I don't know. It might be good. Long as y'all can see, y'all can see is good.
Yeah.
But pretty much, I wanted to talk a trend that I've been seeing and what I've been noticing is I'm starting to see a lot more like on social media like haircut transformations, and I can see like the pros and cons of it, but I feel like with the rising prices of chart like rising prices of haircuts, I feel like some clients are going longer in between getting haircuts, and I see the pros and the cons of it as far as like for content wise, you pretty much get a transformation haircut every time, you know what I mean? But on the flip side of it, I feel like it also creates more work for you, you know what I mean? Because if you have that guy that's coming consistently, he doesn't have a lot of regrowth, you know what I mean? So you able to knock out that cut a lot faster
Hmm.
versus if you got somebody that's coming on that's maybe then gone a month or two between a cut, now it's like, damn, I got a lot more work. So that's kind of like my input on it. But if one of y'all want to jump on, kind of give what you guys feel, do you also see this as a trend? And do you think that that's influencing clients? And do you think it's beneficial to barbers and also the barbers that are content creators?
You want to go first, or you want me to go
You,
first, Safe?
you can go first.
The way I look at it, man, I work in Round Rock, bro.
Uh-huh.
The little shop called Only Fades.
Yeah.
So I'm plugging them in. But the people that I see there, man, they don't really worry about prices. What's different in Austin?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Hmm.
I charge 40, and 40 seems cheap for them. They're like,
Yeah.
I usually get somebody that gets 55. For
Hmm.
sure, I'm coming to you, but I cut Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Hmm.
the days that nobody offers. So
Yeah.
I just take all those clients, and they ain't worried about the price at that point.
Okay.
So I see
Yeah.
them. I see people wolfing for like an extra week, but not 2 weeks. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like
Uh-huh.
my clients that used to come to me like every week. Now they come every 2 weeks. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool, because it gives you
Uh-huh.
that better canvas anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
I think 2 weeks is that ideal time frame too to kind of really regrowth enough to where you could cut it and it looks good again.
yeah, but it really
Hmm.
all depends on like where you're at too. Because I cut in the country also, man, and them clients come once a month.
Hmm.
So those you can't really make money off those clients. So just like those are my
Yeah.
clients that are like they're faithful, but like they're faithful once a month. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. So
Uh-huh.
that week probably be like full. But the
Mm-hmm.
other clients was like they break bread throughout the whole month.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, and concise, what you feel about it, bro?
Well, I've always been a person about like self reflection when it comes to these type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much of a trend that I would say. I think more so it's all about structure. So
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly ask the barber in itself, like, when did you stop continue reaching for clients?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're worrying about how long they're coming back, that means that we felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, I'm relying on the ones that I just cut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when are we going to be hold ourselves responsible and have that hunger? How we first got into the game, it was like, yo, I'm trying to cut everybody, or I'm trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here, I'm over there. Like, I honestly think that some barbers got to a certain place, they got comfortable. You know what I mean? I
Oh
can
yeah.
honestly admit to that I kind of got to a place at one point, like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I just need, as if like that need is going to stay as is, as if people don't move, people don't,
Mm-hmm.
go here, go there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you cut college kids, can you really call them, clients if they live over here, move over here, whatever like that? So as a barber, I honestly think that you should always make sure that you're just trying to be 100% booked
Yeah. Oh,
at the end of
oh yeah.
the day, no matter how many times you come back or not. And
Mm-hmm.
also, if you do content, then you need to structure out that content. I don't definitely think you should do content with anybody and everybody. If I have done a client before, now this is what I do. Um, I like I like using certain clients for content, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't use
Same.
everybody for content, and I let them know that, like, yo, if you don't mind, I would like you to be used as content, whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having structure for your type of content matters too as well. Instead of like, yo, I got 10 heads today and everybody's haircut looks crazy, so let me try to record everything. Like, that's unrealistic, you know what I mean? You
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah.
So I
Especially when you're
was
trying to keep to the
right,
timelines. Yeah.
trying to keep with the
Mm.
timeline. So I mean, as a barber, I don't know how many years you've been in the game, but still stay hungry. Still try to get more and more people in your chair. You know what I mean? Still try to get them like a service, and it's not just more so like, yo, I got 100 clients. I'm good. Da 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 da. Like,
Oh
don't
yeah.
don't ever get there, because once you get there, then reality can hit you like that.
Yeah, and I also feel like it also is going along with a trend that's kind of going on in the industry and a big topic of discussion that everybody's talking about with people prematurely raising their prices.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? With the whole like know your worth. And it's nothing wrong with raising your prices and there's nothing wrong with getting to that level, but the supply and demand got to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like for me, like I'm here in El Paso, you know what I mean? Like I was cutting in Georgia before here when I was stationed out there. When I moved out here, I did raise my price, but I did market research and found out what the normal price range was in this area. And then I kind of balanced myself right in there because I was starting over in a new area, new clientele, you know what I mean? So I had to fit in where I got in and I had to get back in that grind mode where I had to rebuild clientele all over again.
Hmm.
So if I knew, like I knew what I was bringing to the table because of the years of experience that I had, but if I just came into a new place, no clientele, and I was just raise my price, and I was like, yeah, I know what I bring. It doesn't matter really what I know. People have
Hmm.
to find my value first. So I have
Right.
to get myself out there. I have to show people that it's marketable, build up that supply and demand, build up that reputation for myself to where people start coming back. And it's the same thing I did before. When I got to a certain point where I was more than like 90% booked,
Hmm.
and I had to start turning away clients when I had too many squeeze-ins and I couldn't accommodate them, then that was a sign for me that, hey, it's time for me to raise my prices. And I raised them, and I did lose a couple people, but the people that I did lose, I found out they were only really rocking with me because I was at that super low price point when I was
Hmm.
cutting in the beginning.
Right.
But then it also opened the door to higher value clients to where now it was other people that I started getting new clientele. And these were new clients that were tipping big, consistent, coming, showing up on time. hooking you up on holidays, just like a different caliber of clients and stuff
Right.
like that. So like I realized that, but you got to do it systematically and really do it like with the supply and demand. Just not do it just because it's trending or just because, it sound dope on like online to be like I'm at this price point, you know what I mean? But if you sitting there and if your chair ain't spinning and ain't nobody in your chair, but you charging that price, like it ain't no glory in that. Like, that ain't nothing to be like bragging about.
No, that's
You know what I mean?
real.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you say like is booked up? Cause man, no lie, I did the day before Thanksgiving. I did 12. I thought that was good. The
Yeah.
partner beside me, he did 43.
Bro,
The
40,
person next to
40.
me did 30. The other
Yeah.
person next to me did 30. So I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
damn.
Yeah.
So like
Yo.
what is that's crazy, right? I was just
Yeah.
like
Bro, 43?
I was doing one while he was doing three.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, damn. He's rocking
Yeah.
them out. And he does this on the daily, like 20 consistently a day.
Sheesh. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be dependent on each individual person too, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like how much your schedule you have open, how many, services you offering in that day, how much you have booked up. But somebody like that, man, he may be cranking out like 20-minute cuts. So he able to like,
Now he do
he
10-minute
probably
cuts.
10-minute cut. Yeah, exactly. He busting 10-minute cuts, no guards, just going through it. So for
Yeah, it's
him, it
crazy.
may be different, for me, personally, like I only cut like on the weekends because I'm active duty during the week and stuff. So like if my day that I have open, I'm fully booked, like I'm happy with it. But people that are like full-time barbers, you know what I mean? You can't base it off of the busy days in the shop. So you can't be like, oh, I'm straight because, like holidays and weekends sometimes can be misleading. I feel like if you looking at that Tuesday and that Wednesday and you got a steady clientele going through and people booking with you on them like on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's not a holiday, then that's when you really need to be looking like, all right, man, like I'm pretty, I consider myself pretty booked up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah. You got
Yeah.
anything you want to add on there, concise? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said that, when they raise their prices premature. Well, I ain't gonna say most of the times, but when you think of premature, that means that there's been some stunt in growth, meaning that
Mm-hmm.
there has been some area where you went to level one to level three without going to level two. Like there's something that has happened within your experience where you didn't really get the full concept of what you really need to fully develop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as barbers, barbers, I see barbers get to a place of, they see the hype. I was a barber. I felt like I started to see the hype in barbering. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
this joint is crazy. Like, you could
Yeah.
really make money in this thing. Da 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 da. You get one good Friday, you think you the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody can tell you
Exactly.
nothing. You got your booth rent on Friday, just in one
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I honestly think that somebody said something about supply and demand not being the sole reason, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the sole reason to raise prices. Honestly, what I think what needs to happen for barbers is to educate themselves on the business itself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Educate yourself to a place that's like, okay, well, how can I do this in a longevity lifespan that I can always keep my chair turning? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Instead of thinking like, how can I raise my prices?
Mm-hmm.
We're not even like that's another level. That's another level. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
start talking about percentages. Some people don't know how many clients they even have. Some people don't know, honestly, some people don't know their name. Some just want them to come in and cut out. It all depends on
Mm-hmm.
how you view what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look
Exactly.
at this, I look at this as if like, yo, this is my ministry at the end of the day. For real,
Mm-hmm.
for real. So even though I can cut 10 minutes, I'm not cutting nobody in 10 minutes, man. I like
Mm-hmm.
my clients like to have conversation. I like to have conversation. I like to
Mm-hmm.
give them that time, whatever like that, because that's their getaway time when it comes to me.
Yeah.
But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it is a service. It is something that we do for a living. And if we do it for a living, I really feel like you shouldn't try to figure out how to raise your price. You should just try to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to be better each day.
Oh yeah.
Don't lose sight of that. because with that, I think your growth and your price will come.
Mm-hmm.
Your clients, honestly, I feel like your clients will actually tell you when
Yeah.
on some
Oh yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Like you start seeing the tips, like if your haircuts is 30, but you average $40 a cut. Like you literally
Mm-hmm.
just average 40. It wouldn't even hurt you to go to 35. You
Yeah.
get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you keep hearing some of your clients like, yo, man, I've been trying to get with you, man. What I gotta pay more? If you start hearing
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
then your clients are starting to tell you what's what. So I think there needs to be more knowledge, like education, and
Mm-hmm.
in the growth of being a barber that's spinning his chair. Because I could be honest, like in the beginning, I was that barber. I was that like, yo, I'm nice with it. I
Mm-hmm.
can cut anybody and everybody, any texture. I'm about to charge 50 next year. That was me,
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't it. That's not the key. The key is just to make sure that you can stay consistent, stay valuable. Your clients see it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Reliable, it ain't nothing for, and your family,
Oh yeah.
nothing else. Like don't do it for the other barber. Do it for yourself. They don't gotta they can't live your life for you. So yeah.
Yeah. And Texas Jonah said, I heard from someone that a raise should always be in intervals of 20. What do y'all say about that? I think a $20 jump is a little steep. I feel like if you think about it, let's say you at 30, your average ticket price is like with a tip or whatever, say it's like 40, 45. I say when you start, if you did a $20 jump, I feel like the amount of clients that you're gonna lose isn't gonna make up for what you're gonna make. I would feel a more comfortable price jump would be like 10. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you got a crazy demand though, then maybe 20 may not be so bad. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I feel like if you got a lot of people and you turning away hella clients, maybe 20 isn't that bad. But I feel like for your average barber, if they went from 30 to 50, or if they was at 40 and went from 40 to 60, I feel like that's more than what somebody would normally tip. And I
Hmm.
feel they wouldn't feel as comfortable with that. I feel I would base it more on what would somebody tip me and if they were tipping me this, they would still be comfortable paying me this.
I
You know
think
what I mean? So what do y'all feel about that?
I I feel like that's because the ATM only gives you 20s. They don't give you 10s. So that's why
Yeah.
they get that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to like just conversate with other barbers and be like, hey, is this too much?
Mm-hmm.
Because other barbers are gonna tell you, and you can feel their energy whenever they be like, nah, that's way too much. Nah, that's good
Yeah.
enough.
And it's
You're like, and then you can base
Also,
it
it's
on
also
there.
on the eight, yeah. So, like what you said too, I think their area also plays a major factor too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because $20 in a small town may not be the same as $20 in a big city. You know what I mean? So, like, I think you got to take your demographics into play as
Hmm.
well, and think about that as well. That's a factor as well. What you think about that? Concise.
Um, I hope I hope I don't get beat up for this, but but I would say this: if someone told me that you should always raise your prices by 20, that let me know they ain't wise at all.
Hmm.
I mean, no disrespect, no disrespect. Because how I look at that is like, okay, you telling me from your experience, but you're not telling me in totality of like, how do you know that? You have not lived in every state. You don't know every economic, situation. You don't know the
Hmm.
population in this city to that city,
Yeah.
and that's gonna come out your mouth to say every raise should be $20.
Hmm.
Okay, now you probably took the risk and did it and said, you know what, I'm okay with my clients. But what if I'm not okay? You probably okay with 30, but I need 40 to survive. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Yeah.
me listening to you, I'm losing money. Now I'm out on money because I listened to that. Me, like intervals of 10, 20, 15, whatever like that. I think all that stuff will matter once you get the pure foundation of what type of barber you're going to be, how you're going to service your clients, and
Exactly.
then go from there. Like,
Yeah.
let's not worry about the amount just yet. Just worry about
Mm-hmm.
how you. It's like I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I care about the service.
Mm-hmm.
So you either can be servicing people making millions like McDonald's, or you could service people making millions like Ruth Chris. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Either
Exactly.
way, they gonna get to the bag. How
Whatever your
right,
business model is.
right.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
some people like this style, some people like this style. So
Yep.
you pick. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you're doing a $20 raise, that means you don't like your clients, you tired of them, they
Yep.
getting on your nerves, and you trying to really like get those out that you don't
Clean
really want.
clean house and
Yeah,
start
you trying
fresh
to clean
with.
your house for real, for
Yeah.
real. But there is a way to go about that, but there's not. That's not the route. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
route.
Yeah.
You just got to act like you're a beginning barber, and reach out to that clientele that you want to offer to. You
Oh
go
yeah.
from there and you build that up, and then you know a year after raise.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
$20 intervals.
Yeah.
Then that means every barber would be rich
Yeah.
right
Yeah, that, it wouldn't
now.
take you no time to jump up like
Yeah.
that, man. Because like if you thought about it like that, like man, that would be a
Everybody would
pretty
have gold
pretty
clippers
steep
like you,
jump.
bro.
But man,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
but back off of what you said too, man. I feel like that's in your foundational phase. You as a barber have to realize like what type of barber do you want to be like for your clients. Like for me, like I am all about an overall experience and like providing a high end like private experience to my clients, offering services that are like not the norm that you may see in like most shops and stuff like that. So like I charge a little bit above the average price, but I give a lot of value with that. You know what I mean? So I'm doing things to where
Hmm.
my clients are saying, "Man, I ain't never had that before," or "Man, nobody never really did that before."
Hmm.
And that's kind of like my target audience, but that was something in the beginning that I knew that once I got my foundation down, once I knew how to cut hair good, I could I could cut in a certain amount of time.
Hmm.
I could cut any type of hair texture. Then that's when I started branching off and really started asking myself, what kind of barber do I want to be? You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
that was the area that I wanted to go into, luxury, more high end kind of services. You know, somebody that wants to sit down. You know, now I'm not saying I want to sit up here and take an hour and a half long cut. You know,
Hmm.
because I still value people's time, but at the same time I'm gonna give myself a decent amount of time to do this cut. So, you know, I'll make a 45-minute slot for my cut and give them a detailed cut, style the hair,
Hmm.
you know, hot towel, face massage, you know what I mean? And all that is included with the haircut and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And then I offer additional services if somebody wants to do stuff. So like I'll offer a VIP service if somebody wants a facial.
Hmm.
If, you know, somebody wants to go all out and do an executive and they want their hair washed, they want a facial, beard, eyebrow, all that, you know what I mean? And I charge those different tier prices on that, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And every now and then I do get people that book that stuff, and it may be special occasion, or maybe just sometimes they just want to like treat themselves, or just
Yeah,
maybe they
yeah.
see that. And I've heard clients just be like, I ain't never seen a barber do that before, so I just wanted to try it out to see how it is. But that
Right.
was what I identified myself in the area that I wanted to go into. Now that not may not necessarily work for the next barber. I know other barbers that are like speed barbers that we're like, hey, 30 minutes, that's tops. I'm cranking them in, cranking them out. And they feel comfortable just doing haircuts. And there's nothing
Hmm.
wrong with that. You know what I mean? They'd be like, hey, I just want to get somebody in and out, 20, 30 minutes, crank out as many as I want. My clients is happy. And they attract those kind of clients. You know what I mean? So I feel like you say, in that foundational phase, you got to figure out what kind of barber you are and then plug yourself in the market, because there's price ranges and there's tiers in this market for
Yeah.
every category. You know what I mean? For every person, some people may want to pay more for somebody that cuts their hair faster. If you cut some people's hair too fast, they ain't gonna like it. They might be
Yeah.
like, they might feel gypped.
Yeah.
They may feel like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, my cut looked good, but you only did it in 15 minutes, and they feel like they got gypped. Where other people may be like, hey, I'm here on a lunch break. I got 30 minutes. Can you get me in and out? And if you do that, they're gonna pay you extra money for that.
So you got to
Right.
really identify what type of barber you want to be and the clientele that you building up as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So, how,
Yeah, man. And then, yeah, go ahead.
so what do you consider being booked though? Both of y'all, like, what do y'all consider being booked? This is like, do you see yourself booked on a Friday the same as booked on a Tuesday, amount wise?
Mm. Okay. Can I
Yep.
answer
Yeah.
that?
Go. Yeah. Go
All
ahead,
right.
concise.
So for me, I feel like, all right. So when I worked at a bank, we had a target. We had a target of we need like 20 sales within a week, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So from Monday and Wednesday, it wasn't that many sales. You probably had two or three a day. But from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, more so Thursday and Friday, because Saturday we close around 1. We really try to get all our hit our sales that that day. 5, 6, 7 sales each day, whatever like that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
to us, that was reaching our goals. That's a successful week, right? So how I look at barbering being booked, to me, like I'm a numbers person, so I know I have a goal that I want to get by the end of the year, meaning like how much money I want to make,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like a lot of barbers don't even know that. They just want to make money, but they don't know they don't even know how much they want to make. And the main reason why I say this is because when you put a number in and you reach for the stars, you know what I mean? You catch yourself at the moon, you probably be surprised how much you done. So let's say I know the amount of clients I need within the week to reach that. So I'm off of numbers. So if I need 4 clients on Monday, then 7 clients on Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday I need 10 each, and then Saturday 15. Because my 15 and my 5 day, it just looks different, but I still reach my goal throughout the week. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I look at that as a successful book week because of I reached my target. Now, some people don't have that. Some people probably think that you always need somebody in your chair every 30 minutes, every day, all day, nonstop. And I'm not saying that you can't get to that place, but I don't want you to try to diminish your road to success because you don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta know your goals on how to achieve it. And if you don't know how to achieve it, then we just out here listening to everybody saying, "Oh, okay, so they say that this is successful. Okay, they say this is successful, but you and in yourself, it's like, you know what? On Monday, I don't even want to cut more than 7 heads on Monday. I'm only here for 4 or 5 hours anyway. I'm not trying to. It's like I like my flow. You get what I'm saying? You get to a
Mm-hmm.
place where you start to control your flow. But
Mm-hmm.
some barbers, I don't feel like they understand that because they're looking for what everybody else is doing. They're not really focused on what their goal is. But some of us don't know what our goals are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
how much you trying to make a year? Are you trying to make 6 figures? No, I'm trying to make more than 6 figures. I want to make $200,000. Okay, what would it take for you to make $200,000?
And
How many clients
backwards plan on
can
that. Yeah.
yeah, how many
Mm-hmm.
clients a week will get you to that? And why not try to achieve that? Now, guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You have your own personal success, and it has nothing to do with anybody else in the barber industry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's how I
Yeah,
look at
not
that.
yeah. I think that's a solid. So yeah, and then everybody has their like idea of success too. For some
Hmm.
people, you know what I mean, having more time to themselves or time with their family might be more important than monetary stuff like how much they're getting paid. So success changes on that barber and each person. You know what I mean? Some
Hmm.
people may want to get to the point to where they like, I'm only cutting 3 days a week, but I'm going to crank out X amount of cuts a day because I want to do other stuff with my time on these other days of the week.
Hmm.
Where somebody else may be like, yo, I want to be fully booked out all the time, whether it's a Tuesday or a Saturday, whether it's 7 in the morning or 10 at night. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like individual goals and individual
Hmm.
stuff like that. But I feel like everybody has their individual goal that they set and success is different in the eyes of the beholder. So everybody's gonna have a different viewpoint of what they feel success is and what they feel
Hmm.
like they're in a good place, as a barber. So like it's really gonna depend person on person, and then that also influences their price range too. So
Right.
some people may want to charge more and cut less. other people may want to charge less but do more like cuts and stuff like that. So like it really depends on that business model and what each individual person wants to kind of do. But like but usually, like you say, like the rule of thumb a lot of times, man, is like if you start getting to the point where you like turning away clients, and you can't accommodate clients anymore, or if you get to the point where you can never really pull a walk-in in because your appointment slots is booked up, then that's where I feel like you pretty booked out. You know what I mean? Whether you want that or you don't want that, you know what I mean? But like I also feel you got to look at what days that you're actually opening in the shop and stuff like that, and you got to make sure that you don't let holidays and weekends define your level of success because, you got to really gauge it on different aspects too. But there's
Hmm.
also so many different dynamics that go into it as well, like what the area that you may live in. You know what I mean? You may live in a blue collar town or something like that where people are working certain hours. So you never gonna get somebody that come in the daytime because they working. You're only gonna get somebody that comes on the weekend, so or maybe late at night. So you would have to change your hours or something like that. So I feel like that's when you got to really take into place of demographics, where
Hmm.
you live in, what type of people are in your community. Are there white collar, blue collar? You know what I mean? What type of clients that you have and what type of clients are coming into that shop? Because that's really going to dictate how you
Yeah.
go about your business model and your plan and how you can get booked as much as possible by accommodating the demographics of the area you live in.
Yeah. I would say one thing I started to really invest in, like focus in when it comes to clients, was the medical field. And the main
Mm,
reason why I say the medical field is because they have a lot of interesting hours where they get off. I have a few clients that get off literally at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're my first cut.
hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't think that doctors or any nurses, CNAs, like try to figure out how you can get to them too,
Yeah.
because they need cuts as well.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah,
But that's why,
definitely.
that's why I cut on a Sunday and Monday because mostly like the soldiers, like, hey, I got formation on Monday. Hey man,
Oh
can you get me
yeah,
in?
exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah. And that's the thing for me too, man, specifically with me always with me being in the military, living in a military town, soldiers is gonna be working and anybody that works around a military town, soldiers gonna be Monday through Friday most of the time working, and then they get the weekends off. So they're gonna schedule their appointments, maybe somebody that is either open in the evening
Hmm.
or or on the weekend is most of the time that they try to get a cut, or some of them may try to squeeze in like a lunchtime cut or something like that. If they a little bit more comfortable with the times, but most of the times, like if I had availability during the week, most of the time it wouldn't be military people.
Hmm.
Most of the time they are locked in. They want to get their hair cut. They're accustomed to getting their haircuts on the weekends. So for somebody that may be a barber in a town, knowing the demographics and knowing military schedule, if somebody decided to take the weekends off and only be open Monday through Friday, they're doing a disservice to themselves because that's where their main target audience is coming from, and they're pretty much closing that out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like that's why I'm saying like the demographics and knowing your area is very important. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
who you're marketing yourself to,
that's real.
so and then like for me too, like with knowing that, so like I also take my mobile barber bag with me to work every day. So I got my GMB Pro bag with me, and I take that thing with me every day to work because let's say somebody didn't go get a haircut over the weekend, they'll hit me up at work and be like, "Hey, you think you could squeeze me in on lunch?" Bro, I pop up in the office, open my stuff up, and cut somebody at work, or as soon as we get off, or maybe in the morning before we start work or something like that. So like accommodating them, but then just kind of knowing and learning the demographics of my area and then just trying to really accommodate potential clients that I may have. You know,
Hmm.
maybe they didn't get a chance to come out to my shop or come out to me and get a cut, but hey, I got you, you know what I mean, in the morning, or I got you at lunchtime or whatever and stuff like that. So like that's where that, like I say, I think that's real important too. And then I know people too, man, like look at what hobbies you have too, man. Like, because you can gain clientele through that as well. If you a dude that likes going to the gym, working out, like you could get in with people like that too, bro. Like you pop up in the gym and stuff like that, you know, pass a card out, chop it up with somebody or something
Yeah.
like that. You never know. Like whatever your hobbies are that are outside of barbering, like outside of your stuff, bro, like that's potential to get new clients. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my clientele is military just from people from word of mouth at work and like social media and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, civilian clients that I get is more from just marketing or from booking apps and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But outside of that, man, like the majority of my clientele is word of mouth and social media marketing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like that's kind of like where I'm be honing in on that.
So what
Yeah.
do y'all think about like all these new tools are coming out, like how they flood the market and when how the price point is on tools that drives the barbers to go up on prices? Because you can't just say barbers are going up on prices and not talk about our tools. They used to be $100, now they're $300 a clipper,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
hundred
Uh,
dollars for a trimmer.
yeah,
All this, it's like
yeah.
this.
So
Oh.
I feel both ways about it too, man, because on one side, you don't need all the tools, you know what I mean, unless one break. But at the same
You
time,
don't
like
need it.
everything, everybody. You know, it's dropping way more than it, you know. So I don't know how many years y'all been in. You know, I've been a barber for 7 years now. You've been in four. So like I started when it was still corded clippers. Like that was where I started out was corded clippers. I had the my first cordless one was a magic clip, wall magic clip. I had the corded seniors and you know what I mean? Those were like, and then I had the corded T outliners. So that's where I started out.
Dang,
And like, that's what it
Keep
was
them
at the
on deck,
beginning, bro.
bro.
Like
Keep
you
them on deck.
had, and then right in the then shortly after that, that's when Babyliss jumped on the market with the FX series. And then everybody went crazy, like, oh man, they got the gold clippers, they got the silver FX, they got the rose gold FX. So then that's when like, you know, and then the cordless seniors came out, and then that's when it really started transitioning. And I feel like after Babyliss like started coming out and these other companies started coming out, like, you know, Stylecraft, Gamma, some of the other companies, I feel like that's when this just flood came of drops. Because concise, how long you been in the game, bro?
7 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, man, I mean it was detachables back then. It was
Oh yeah.
you had detachables, you either had a masters, you had the Ennis Masters, you had the Wall Seniors, or you had like the Magic Clips was like the cordless go-tos that everybody had. So like that's where you that was it, bro. Like
Fast feeds.
I'm not gonna hold you though, or the Oster
fast
fast
feeds,
feeds,
And
fast
sync.
feeds.
those
That
slow
was
feeds.
that was your options. That was it, bro. Like there wasn't nothing. It was those were the now the companies did come out with some of the other little ones here and there, but every barber, like 75% of barbers would have had one of them tools and or all of
Facts.
them tools in their arsenal. It wasn't like it is today, bro. Like I rock with Stylecraft Gamma, you know, I'm like affiliate with them, ambassador, bro. Bro, they drop a lot of clippers, bro. Like like every 3 months they got something new, bro. So like I feel good like with my lineup that I got, but at the same time it's like damn, you know, like
The only
bro,
reason I'm
this could
saying
get a
that is
lot.
because the only reason I'm saying that is because like man, all these new school barbers coming out, and bro, it's just like clothes at the end of the day. Like, hey, we all knew FUBU, we all knew Under Armour, we all knew like
Yeah.
certain drops just come
Yeah.
out and like a color
Uh-huh.
wave comes out. It's like, what's the difference between this one and that one? And they
Hmm.
ask you for advice. They ask you for the scoop. Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So let me ask y'all this. Just 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 look at it in a bigger scheme. What's the difference that Jordan is doing it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What difference? What
Yeah.
when it comes to
In
sneakers? What
different in
what
different
what
markets. Yeah.
what
Yeah. And looking
what,
at it
what
in different
difference is
markets.
Jordan?
Yeah.
They come out with like what 6, 7 pairs a year.
Mm-hmm. And they re-release like
That's what I'm.
I compare the Jays to like the Battleless with what Battleless is doing right now with like their FX1 series where they just drop a new colorway and you put the battery in it. Like they'll drop the clipper without the battery and you get a new colorway. I think it's the same concept, man.
It is
I
even
really feel
iPhones.
like it's the same yeah, iPhones. Every year
iPhones did not
iPhone,
come out. They did
bro.
not always come out every year.
Yeah.
I
And
remember when
then
they
now they coming
first
out
came,
and they
like when
don't
they
even have
came
a
out.
change. It's like they moved the camera from here to there and then it iPhone 16. And it's like, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
bro,
that's
really?
so when it comes to e-commerce, when it comes to like just the online, the digital, just scale of things, it really like made stuff on just go
Hmm.
on repeat. You know what I mean? So that being said, I always say this: I'm a product reviewer,
Oh
and I'll
yeah.
be honest. I like reviewing a lot of products. I always like the new stuff coming out,
Hmm.
but I like how they work. I like to see what they work best on.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
exactly.
me doing that is helping you figure out if this is something that you need on your station or not. Now, this
Yeah.
ain't for
Hmm.
everybody though.
Yeah.
This ain't for every. If you got your tools, then you got your tools. If you
Hmm.
if you looking at tools but never master the one that you have, you shouldn't buy a tool. You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? But I think what
exactly.
happens is that there's a lot of more influencer out there, and there's not a lot of people impacting the game and the knowledge to a place where it's like letting barbers know, like, look, just be great at barbering, get a tool, master that, and then go to the next. I
Hmm.
know because it happened to me. I came into the game, I wanted like 5, 6, 7 clippers. My haircut
Hmm.
still looked trash. They didn't help, not a
Yeah.
bit. You know what I mean? Until
Yeah.
I honed back in on my Sterling fours
Hmm.
and my
Damn,
cordless wall
He
seniors.
said that.
And yeah, I'm
the
serious. You know what I
Sterling
mean?
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
With my Andis shavers and my corded T outliners and two of those
Hmm.
joints
Yeah.
until I didn't move from there until you know what I mean. So it's that you don't. I mean,
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff that always comes out. You don't got to buy it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the
Yep.
thing. Like every individual on some real respectfully, it's like you have the money in your pocket. Are you telling
Hmm.
me that I have more pull to pull money out of your pocket than you making a real honest decision to say, you know what,
Hmm.
that's what I need? You gotta
Look,
check yourself, man.
hey,
And nobody,
Desmond said I got so many clippers and trimmers thanks to Kasai.
I know, man. He just told me I can't stand him. My man he won over
Bro,
over
this
the
man
time
wins all the raffles, bro. All
yeah,
of them.
he won 8. He said he won 8 of them. One
Yes, this man
raffle,
wins all the raffles, bro.
I gave away 2 clippers.
Hmm.
I gave him the quarter fast fees and the low pros. No, one of the
Exactly.
versions.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
I told that
see,
man he needed to play
but
the lottery, bro.
he can't
That
win no
man
more.
lucky.
My
Yeah.
10K, my 25K, he's not a part of
Yeah,
it.
he
he's, he's not a part of
he
it.
gonna create. Hey, Desmond gonna create a burner account and still win.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man.
But
But
nah, I don't think
yeah,
people need to buy.
yeah.
I don't think they need to buy. I think it's dope. Now, why not do this? Because you say some stuff like it might break the bank, and that's true. And that's true. But there are so many people out here that got discount codes.
Hmm.
Like for real, why are you buying full price? Like we complain about $300, bro. You're not paying $300. Figure out the
Hmm.
discount code. Go to these websites and really see what's what. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I do
Hmm.
that. You know,
Oh yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
that's $300. Oh, I know they got 15% off
Oh
over here.
yeah.
Let me try that. All right,
Uh-huh.
cool. Who else
Yep.
got a discount code? Tank got a discount code. Let me try Tank's.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah. All right, cool. I got it for $40 off. So why are we doing that?
Yep.
Why are we doing
Yeah.
that?
And I feel like, man, like there was a point in time like in my barber career where I just like I felt like I had too many tools And I started to realize that at the end of the day, I had my favorites that I would just still use, and the other ones would just sit there. You know what I mean? So like, I went from having way too many tools to really getting down to the point to where I did to where I decided to have each tool with purpose. You know, and this is talking like on an average barber. Now, Concise, I know you were a reviewer, you know what I mean? So people that fall into that category of being reviewers, y'all don't have crazy amount of stuff. But for me personally, and like for your average barber, I feel like you need a solid. I mean, you need like I really feel like you only need like two of each. So like that's the way I set up my station now. I've
Hmm.
got two clippers, two trimmers, and two shavers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's how I rock with it now. And but each one has a specific purpose. So I don't do the same type of shaver or whatever it may be. So like on my station, I've got one of my clippers that has a fade blade on it,
Hmm.
and it may have one type of motor, and then I have another clipper that has like a taper blade or a vapor blade on it, right? And it has a different type of motor. And
Hmm.
then even when it comes to my trimmers, one of my trimmers is like the precision small blade, and the other one is a regular blade. So
Hmm.
like I kind of like meticulously pick my tools to cover all different aspects and areas.
Right.
And on my shavers, I have like my workhorse shaver, and then I have like my little Uno that's like a precision kind of shaver and stuff like that. But before I used to have a lot of tools, and I realized I didn't use them.
Yeah.
Like there would be some that I just they would sit on the back burner. So like I really narrowed it down and said, I just need enough tools to get the job done, and I know I'm going to consistently use these things every day.
Hmm.
So now I feel like I'm perfecting my skills because I'm getting more repetitions with the same tools and perfecting it versus like jumping all over the place and like, really kind of doing that.
Hmm.
But like, like I say, Concise, I know for you, bro, you a tool reviewer. So like you gotta really give the market like is this for you? Is this worth your money?
Yeah.
Is this, you know what I mean? So that's like a whole different thing. If you one of the people that want to be like fall into that niche and be like one of them, then I'm all about that. But there's times where I see like barbers like opening up like three drawers and they got like 50 clippers, and I'm like, there's no way in hell in a week you would even use all them, bro.
Right.
Like
Now,
keep it a buck.
I would say this, just being real, and I do have a I do have a limit where it's like, I can't. It's too much around me.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff got to go. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because of I dislike it less than something else. Like I can have two or something. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let this one go. And 99% of the times, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, 100% of the times, I let it go for something that you probably wouldn't even see it for, even on a Black
Oh
Friday.
yeah.
Just that's because
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed.
Hey,
I've been
Q, bro, hit them DMs, man. Get with Kasaj, bro. He got some.
like
He
I've been
got something
blessed.
right. He got something right now. If you looking, bro, I'm telling you.
That's real. No, I'll tell them
Yeah.
I got the instinct metal instinct trimmers. I'm letting them go for a low. But my thing is that I do kind of want to be the gateway that can help people get these things for an affordable price. Like I don't believe in, yo, I got this is brand new. Yeah, I got it, it's brand new. Give me the same price so you can get it over there. Like what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already been blessed enough to already have it or to do this. I do random giveaways. I sell stuff for $150 cheaper than what it is. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to service those that won't be able to get it
Mm-hmm.
at that price. It might be too much, but you still want that product. I know how that feels. So I'm just trying to get back that way. Like to me, I don't like having a lot of like clippers and trimmers around me too. I got
Mm-hmm.
used to it, but I don't like it. Like
Yeah.
if that
Mm-hmm.
makes any sense. Like I
Yeah.
still have my go-tos. Like I'm picking up my high vis. Me and you gotta talk,
Yeah.
bro. Because if you ain't never touched
Mm.
a high vis, that's a problem.
I
But
have not, bro.
Hey,
But
those
all the
high vis
vid,
are hitters.
bro. The
Those
main
high vis are
person I
hitters.
saw killing it with them high vis is Jeezy, 360 Jeezy, man.
I,
When I see
I
him
got
do cuts, bro, I didn't seen everyone that I didn't seen with them high vis, bro. It's like one touch and they just ying, ying, ying. I'm like, Wall
bro.
did something with them, bro.
I need you to go back to my concise review. I
Uh-huh.
was the first one to say there was some hitters.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
kept telling everybody,
Yeah.
y'all keep saying this junk look like a long neck giraffe, whatever. But these
Hmm.
things hit. They line up well and they do designs.
Yeah.
Like for real.
See, and that
For real.
blade, I feel like that blade's real good for designs too.
Oh my god, bro!
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you can go like this, and this, and it's gonna make that line clean. You don't gotta
Hmm.
brush
Oh yeah.
down, tap in. You don't. Nope.
Yeah.
It'll do it, man.
Yeah, the only
Hmm.
So to me,
complaint that I had was like, man, the shape of it. But you get used to the shape.
oh, honestly,
Mm.
it's ergonomically well to me. When you put
Mm.
it in your
Mm.
hand and how it has the hump in the back, and you line up like this, it just fits well in
Hmm.
the hand. It might
Yeah.
not look the best, but I don't. At the end of the day, we barbers, we need stuff that's going to perform well.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
does it pass the ergonomic test? Yes. Does it pass the performance test? Yep. It's a hitter, bro.
Hmm.
Honestly, like when the Gold FX came out and they was hitters, that's
Yeah.
what the high vis came into.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm.
just being real with you,
Hmm.
when it comes to hitters,
Yeah.
But I felt like it was the Gold FX, the Sabers, and then these new high vis took
Yeah.
yeah,
over those Sabers.
So,
I will
bro,
agree. I will
the
agree.
Sabers was the only trimmer that had me put my gold FXs down. That's the only one.
And those
When
high
I look back,
vis are
bro.
gonna do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm
For
telling you, bro,
lineups,
I had the Gold FX for
mhm,
years, bro. I say years. And I tried out a bunch of other trimmers and I was like, nah, not cutting it. Went right back to the Gold FX. And then until the Saber came out, that was the first trimmer that made me put down my Gold
you like
FX.
the Big Brother, the cyborg trimmers.
I don't, bro. I didn't. Yeah. So that's,
Really?
that was, yeah.
I like
So
the
like
weight on it.
they are hitters, but I don't like the ergonomics and
What?
I don't like the ergonomics so much of it, man. Like it reminded me too much of the FX. You know what I mean? So like the Cyborg Clipper and then the Cyborg Trimmer, it just reminded me too much of the shape of the FX.
Well,
Now I loved the performance part of the FX, but I wasn't a fan of their ergonomics.
so you like the ergonomics of the Sabers more than the trimmer of the cyborg.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
Really?
that roundness, that curvature of the cyborg, it lets your finger really rest right there. Like honestly, when it comes to like I don't know, for me, it's just like
Hmm.
it feels like a glove.
Yeah. So it has, yeah, it's a lot more exposure. I get that. Like for the on them cyborgs, like for the
Hmm.
blade and stuff like that, it gives you a lot more exposure there and stuff. But
But
like
everybody has their preference at the end of the day. I mean,
yeah.
I definitely get it. Like I
Hmm.
do like my Sabers too. Like you said, the lineup was the Gold FXs, the Sabers, and now it's the high vis when it comes to hitters.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to
Hmm.
like all around, high vis is not it. It will not ball out like the
Mm.
Sabers at all. It will
Yeah.
not ball out like
Hmm.
the Gold FXs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got a black
Hmm.
version coming. I can't wait to see what that's about. But
Mm. Yeah.
when it comes to just, I needed this lineup to be like that,
Yeah.
high vis.
Yeah.
Without nicking, without scratching, without irritating, without all of
Hmm.
that. It does that. It
Q,
does that.
what you got on your station right now? What you rocking with? What's your lineup looking like?
Man, I still rock with the old school the old school the walls, the
Y-
seniors.
Yeah.
I'm doing the
Hmm.
high vis right now and the Sabers, and my other clipper right now is the Saber twos.
Saber two. Yeah.
It's a nice
Yeah.
Okay.
lineup. Nice
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah. That's pretty solid. Pretty diversified.
But the
Yeah.
vapors, they're hit or miss. Like for me, it's pulling like the hair as soon as I open all the blade all the way up.
Hmm.
But overall, for debulking, I use that for debulking. Close it all the way, debulk,
Yeah.
and then
Really?
yeah,
So so when it pulls hair at what length?
all the way open, all the way
So
open,
just blade open, it pulls
yeah,
hair.
all the way open. Not open, but all the way open. It pulls hair. Like I don't know what it is. Like I
With
can
no
feel it
guard?
pulling. So I'm
With
just
no guard,
with
it's
no
just
guard.
I'll
Mm.
call about that, bro. I ain't never had that.
I'm just like the vapors. I'm just like, all right, cool. And then I had
Mm.
arguments with Wall about it, and they're like, "Nah, I shouldn't be doing that." You don't have you have wrong one. I was like, okay, cool. But I was
Facts. I agree. Mine's
I
never
have
did
I
that.
have I had those Instinct X. They stopped working on me. Look, I'll show you right now. Watch.
Not the Instinct X. What? Which one? The
The
Clipper?
clipper or the
Yeah,
trimmer?
these right here. Watch,
Yeah.
watch.
Oh.
Oh,
Look, the blade doesn't move.
Bro, I'm gonna tell
Look,
you right now.
look at the blade.
I I never was a fan. I never
You see it?
I
Watch,
never was a
watch.
mm.
fan of the
It'll
Instinct
turn.
X
It'll
clipper.
move whenever I move this. When I move, I have to move it a couple times.
It
I
sound like they'll switch maybe the so that little push button switch may be bad, bro. Have you tried contacting Stoutcraft, bro? Usually their
Yes,
customer service is pretty straight about it.
I could tell you what it is right now.
but I had that. I had the sabers, like the blade go hot and it started smoking on me.
No,
But
Mhm.
bro.
I had
When you
videos of it.
when you when you open up the blade, right, and you take the cutter piece off, and you see that piece that moves the cutting blade.
Yeah,
Oh, the cam follower?
Not
You think the prongs have come out
not
of the
the
cam follower?
I would need to see it, but it could have been. And I, how can I say this? I'm not saying this is on you, but I've seen it be either extended too high or too low. So whatever makes the prong spin, it could be dented in. So it's not catching until you move that cutting blade down and then it starts to move. Or when you move it up. You get what I'm saying or
yeah,
no? So it could be that. I had something like that happen to me before. I forgot what clipper it was, but it was a vector motor. For some reason, when it comes to vector motors, I noticed that if the mechanism is not sealed the right way, that can happen. And it's either that piece that spins, well, that's the brushes, but the prongs, like it can get extended, and you'll have to keep moving it around for it to catch, and then it starts to move again.
yeah,
I know what you're
Mm.
talking about. It is annoying, but me personally, I send everything back. If I have
yeah.
a problem with
Mm.
something, I send it back. Even I'll be real with y'all. Even if they told me not to send it back, I'm like, yeah, this ain't working. Here, I'm gonna send this back. I'm gonna da 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 da. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Without them even. Oh well, we was gonna send you this. It's okay. I got it. I just want y'all to send me a new one.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah, I just I just move a little different. Like y'all company, I know y'all got a warranty. I'm gonna send it back. Here's the information. Boom. I'll give you the pictures. I send it to you via DM, whatever like that. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
made that I made a video on how businesses respond
Yeah.
to when something is wrong with a clipper. And
That's the only thing I
honestly,
didn't like about Stylecraft Gamma. They take forever to respond. Wall is real quick.
Wall's
Mm.
good.
Andes,
Stellcraft,
I sent their Andes their the FX trimmers or not the GTX ones, the gold one when they first came out. Bro, they sounded like lawnmowers. I was like, bro, what is this? I called them. They were like, oh, we'll send you another one.
yeah.
That's,
Mm.
There's and this is simple with some stuff.
Yeah.
Some companies are getting better. Some of them were not.
Mm-hmm.
They just were not. But
Yeah.
some are definitely getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and forth with a few of them. Sometimes I'm like, listen, man, I got like how many videos do I need to show you? And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
then I met with them and they tested it out and they see that yeah, it was Jack, you know. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I
it's
can
just
say.
salt. It gives you a little bit of salt though in there. It's just
Oh yeah, especially
like you don't
yeah.
believe
Yeah,
me, bro. Why would I lie?
but
Look,
Yeah.
sometimes, and I always give room for grace. I always give room for grace because sometimes the people that you speak with don't even be the people that you need to be speaking with.
Mm.
Like you gotta ask,
Yeah.
like, is this customer service? Is this the person that can help me with this? I notice that sometimes. So some people you talk with, they think they can help you. You tell them, and they're like, oh well, you got to do this. Like, wait, you're a barber? I don't want to sound like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, wait, you're like I think I've done that. You know what I mean? I've done
Mm-hmm.
that. But is there any? I don't care who I talk. Is there anybody that can help me with this situation? I
Mm-hmm.
don't care who what big company it is, because if it's not you, then I need to know who it is. You know.
Yeah.
and then they'll
Mm-hmm.
send you right up. I got sent up so many. I ain't gonna say I got sent up so many times, but I got to a point where I started to know certain people in the company that
Mm.
really be in the dealings of stuff just by my
Yeah.
responses via email. I mean, via like DMs or email or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because not to say that I won't take no for an answer, but it's like I provide so much information. I
Mm-hmm.
start telling them stuff they didn't even know that was wrong with their stuff.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
even I'm not
Uh-huh.
even lying. I'm like, well, why would y'all use this plastic around the screw? Because if I try to tighten it enough, it'll snap every time.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a video. Boom,
I've
snap.
done that before too. I
Yeah.
snapped a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
And then they switch the material. I ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
And then they come out with the
I know
upgrade
exactly which
or
one
the
it
you
is.
know
Look,
I'm not.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna
I ain't.
pull
He
it
said they
out.
go get
It's exactly this one right here that I snapped the screws on.
Oh,
The old school one,
well, see, I
the
didn't have
first one.
the X ergo. I just had the ergos.
These these messed up on me.
Really?
Yeah, that's the
Bro,
Well, yeah, the very first
mine
ones they just stopped working. The very first one, the gold blade.
oh with the gold blade. Okay. So I got the
I didn't have that
instincts when
problem.
they didn't have the gold, they had the black one. And you know that whole fiasco came out about everything going down. And I looked at my serial number that I had and I was like, "Oh, I'm good." But mine wasn't one of the ones that was affected by it, but I haven't had an issue with my instincts because I still rock with the OG ones.
Hmm.
You know, now I do have tried the metal edition ones as well. And like I did a comparison video, but I really didn't see a huge difference in performance between the regular Instinct and the metal edition. It had more weight to it, but performance wise, they felt very similar, man.
Mm,
Like to me, you know, in my opinion, they really was pretty much hand in hand, like with power. I think
got
just
you.
the metal body housing helped kind of dampen some of that vibration because that's the only thing. That clipper, if you use that clipper all day, you kind of feel that 11,500 RPMs. You feel that
Like you riding
like a little
a
bit in your
motorcycle all
hands.
day.
Yeah, like when you're riding a bike, yeah, the
Hmm.
same way to where you
Hmm.
feel that. That's the only thing I would say about it. But like I love that clipper, like the size of it. You know, I definitely use it for like tapers. I love doing it on tapers, especially like hitting the back taper on the neck, just all around. Yeah, I
What
definitely
about the
rock with that one.
ergonomics? You don't like the difference in the ergonomics?
So yeah, I love the ergonomics on the Instinct. So like when I
The
first
metal
got
one.
it,
The metal
oh the
one.
metal one. So yeah, I like that as well. It was a little bit more weight to it,
What about the
but
grooves in
it's not
the back?
like
Like even how the grooves are in the back. It's
so
just
I
it's
didn't
different.
really notice too much. The grooves in the back of it, I don't like does it help like with grip or something? Is that kind of what the intent of it was?
Well, how can I say? Like, so for me, I like stuff that has a nice balance. That's why I say I like the cyborgs.
Yeah.
Some barbers, when you see
Mm-hmm.
them cut, they cut like holding the clipper like it's like I don't even know, and they cut like this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I keep this completely straight, and I like my clipper to be able to the point or trimmer that I can just either just go like this. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it having the grooves and the weight that it is,
Yeah.
this is nothing for me. This
Yeah.
is like really, really nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's why I like it because when it's lighter, I feel like not only am I doing this, I feel like I can move up
Yeah.
because that weight is not controlling
Mm-hmm.
my wrist placement. That's why I don't like stuff too light because too light, you don't really feel like you have much muscle control.
Oh yeah.
For me,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, and that I feel like it also depended too. Like I kind of got accustomed to liking stuff because I started out with like with the seniors. So like the weight of that seniors and the ergonomics of it just became like my customary feel that I really like that. So like having that senior and that magic clip, that was more of the feel. And that's part of the reason why I still use in my starting lineup now, I use the boosted and the Rebel because they feel like a newer version of like the senior and the magic clips to
hmm
me. You know what I mean? With ergonomic wise, like with the grooves in the back and then just the shape of it and all that, it just feels like an updated version
if
of the seniors and magic
if they
clips.
made the Rebel like how they made the seniors, like with the with the metal body, whatever,
Oh,
like that.
with the metal back? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be yeah. If they did
I
like
would,
a
the
special
rebels is a
edition,
problem. Yeah,
if they did a special edition metal body Rebel, because yeah, I put in work with that Rebel, bro, and that boosted.
I think they need a different cutting blade though, man. It's because the teeth get
that
real
thin one,
narrow.
that thin
Yeah, I
one.
don't. Yeah, I don't like that cutting blade.
I can't. I never. All right. So to me, I first noticed that cutting blade on the caliber 50 cals 3.0,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I couldn't. And that it was them and the ergos that had that cutting blade. And honestly, I thank them for having that cutting blade because they made me really study cutting blades, like for
Yeah.
real. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yes,
yo, why do they? I was like, wait, I took it off. I was like, it's thin. When you used
Mm-hmm.
to OG and you got a magic clip, you got a masters, and you see how thick that cutting blade is. That
Yeah.
joint is mad strong, and you
pull
giving
up
us this little,
them fast feeds. Look at that cutting blade. That cutting blade is real
Oh,
big.
bro.
yeah,
Yeah, that thing is.
it's vicious. So it's like then y'all give us this, but the price goes up. So I'm over here
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I gotta investigate. I gotta see what's going on. So I understand why they use it, but honestly, they're better off with that price range using a ceramic than
Yeah.
than that because now I feel like I'm getting my money's worth because it's like, okay, you guys care about, heat reduction and speed and all the other jazz. But now with that cutting blade, it's like, oh, it's easier to make.
We can't talk about blades.
The
Now, what y'all?
echo. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
bro. This man, this my go-to right now. I ain't gonna
all right.
lie. This is my
So
go-to.
I got something to say about it. I got a
Yeah,
high low. I got a high low about the Echo Blade.
yeah.
I love the crunch, but I
Yes.
also hate the crunch.
Mm.
What?
How so?
All right, so me, when you've been using something that doesn't crunch as much, and you know
Yeah.
your steps in your foundation, and you see what you're doing, you're cutting, and
Mm-hmm.
you do blade open and then halfway then close,
Yeah,
and it's like I know I got this area good enough to the point it's blended well, but
yeah.
with that blade, for some reason, it's like it still wants to. It's
It's still
it,
you start second
Second
guessing
guess.
yourself and
Yep.
thinking like,
and I
wait,
still own
maybe I
like,
did it, but you like,
but did
did
I?
I get it out?
Did I
Shit.
get it out? And I'll
Wait.
be like, yo, it's like it's just like somebody that's sitting next to you eating a bag of chips and they don't put it in the plate. They just keep reaching and you watching the show and it's like, yo, I understand you eating chips, but come on. That's how I
Yeah.
feel
Mm-hmm.
about the crunch blade. But I do like it
Mm-hmm.
some hair textures because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, they got real fine hair. I got to make sure that this blend is 1,000 and
Mm-hmm.
this crunch blade is going to help me like really boom. Some people, yo, if they got straight extra curly hair, coarse hair,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
honestly, that joint's gonna crunch throughout the whole haircut.
Yeah.
You can do you can do a skin fade with the shaver. You go under that. Like how,
It's still
bro?
going
Try
to.
it. Y'all think I'm bugging? Try it. You still gonna hear something,
Uh-huh.
and that's what it is about me. It's like I love the crunch, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the crunch all the time. I'll just be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Mm.
The
Okay.
only
Yeah.
thing I don't like about that blade, that clipper, is that it doesn't last that long. That it dies almost
Yeah.
immediately.
Bro, that's the only thing too. This one only
Two
got
and a
what,
half.
2.5 hours, two and a
If
half,
that.
yeah. And yeah, it did. That's the only downside that I don't like about it, man. Especially with them, with all the other ones, like industry standard now is
Three
becoming like three, four,
hours.
five,
3 hours.
3 hours minimum is like industry standard. And you got other clippers like JRL and other brands, all type of stuff. They pushing 4, 5, 6 hours. You know what I mean? So it's like, for them to come out with this at $300 and be 2.5, it's like I use it, but then after a couple cuts, you got to put that thing back on the charger and rotate out with your other clipper and let it
Yeah.
kind of build back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
So
That's the only downside is that 2.5 hours of runtime, man. But I
right.
rock with it though. I love using this. You know what I mean? This is my workhorse, my primary one that I'm using right now.
What
I don't
guards do
use
you
it
use
for
it with it?
So I
Oh,
use the
but
dubs. So I use the dubs.
Which ones? The
So
tight
for
ones or the other ones?
yes, the tight ones. So I use the tight. So the tight guards are my half through my two, and then the regular dubs are the higher ones. Pretty much the 3 through the 6 are the regular dubs. But I didn't switch over to the dubs until like a year ago. I was rocking for the longest. I always used the wall premium guards, and then when Babyliss came out with their premium guards, I was using those for a while, and then I was having Stylecraft Gamma Clippers, but I had never. I what turned me off was their old before they came out with the tight guards. The half guard wasn't a half
I was
guard.
about to ask
You
The
know what I
you
zero?
mean?
that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's zero. It was not, I hated that because it was like it was hard to go from that no guard to their that it was just a one pretty much. When you compared that zero to that one, it was the same exact guard. And I'm
Yep.
glad they fixed that with the tight guard because they made it look more like the wall premium guards or the Babyliss premium guards. So when they fixed that, I've been rocking with the dubs since then.
Let me ask y'all this:
Yeah.
what zero guard you like better? The purple double mags from Andis or Wall?
Damn. The double. The Nah, I gotta go wall.
Why?
I have this card. The double one.
Yeah.
You talking about
So,
this
No, the
one right
Andis.
here?
oh,
Yeah.
the and
Yeah. No, 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 no,
so
no. Whoa, whoa,
This is
whoa,
the
whoa,
Andes,
whoa. Let me see it. Let me
a
see it.
double magnetic.
Nah, I ain't talking about that one. That's that. That let me get the OG.
This is the OG one right here. This is a single magnetic.
No, 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 no,
Whenever he
no.
said double magnetic, it freaked me out.
mm,
This one, I like this one.
mm, mhm.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I'm talking about these.
This one right here. Oh shit. Nah, I'm talking this one right
OG,
here.
OG. Nah, that's different from this.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
So,
concise and took it back, bro.
all
This is
right.
kind
So,
of yeah.
I'm a,
Yeah.
I'm a, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. For real, not the fact that I don't like Wall. We grew up on Wall. Wall's
Hmm.
been teaching us since the dangerous 1.5. White guard. Um, I don't like the teeth on those guards ever since I rock with the Andis and also the JRL guards. And the
Hmm.
main reason why is because at the top of the teeth on the tight guards and on the wall guards,
They
they
curve in.
curve they curve
Yes.
too hard. And see,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
need something that's I mean we're
That it
talking
feeds
about
into.
a smaller size, so I need something that's going to feed into. So
Yeah.
these do it, and
Hmm.
so does the JRL Zero Guard. Now
Mm.
Babyliss Premium Zero Guard does it too. That was the only guard from Babyliss I like,
Yeah.
honestly.
So this that Babyless premium ones that I
Hmm.
had. So I start
Yeah,
like I say, for the
these are
longest
what we was talking about.
I was using these wall,
The teeth
and
of
then
them
I
are
went
different.
yeah, and then I went to
Even
the
the zero
Babyless
guard.
premiums for a while. They're a little bit thicker on there, but yeah, I see what you see. It got a little bit more curve on that. And then when they made these tight guards now, they made them just like pretty much trying to make them
Right.
like these. Yeah, but
So
magnetic
if
instead
y'all
of
never
clip.
tried the JRL ones,
The
Hmm.
new ones
They
or the old
the new
ones?
ones, you talking about
The
the new ones with the colors?
the new ones with the colors
Yeah.
don't come
So
off.
I haven't used those yet.
Yeah, I haven't used those either.
I used to have my JRL 2020s that I used to use, and I had the original guards that came with them. I didn't really like
Yeah,
them that much, but
I'll be honest,
I saw the video that you did with the color ones, and they definitely did look like they were different.
bro. They fit on everything. They don't bite nothing, and
Hmm.
they like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like they just cut well.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you can spray that junk with cool care all day. I done had these things for months. I had them before they even let us know. You know what I mean? But nothing. I still see my numbers clear as day, like I first got them.
Hmm.
That was one thing I didn't like about Stylecraft guards because then they got the color on them and then they just fade
Yeah, the
away.
Yep.
Color would be gone quick.
So
Like after like a week, that color was gone.
so now I got my color guards, and it's it's fine.
So do you
Yeah.
like the JRLs then?
Onyx, yeah, oh yeah.
So what do you think about those plays?
Never use them. Probably won't use them.
So I've used
Not
them,
probably won't use
and
them. I won't use them. I'm
so
sorry.
I've used the plays, and I think that they were like crazy similar to the JRLs.
That's
Like
what I keep
everything
hearing. So I'm like,
everything about it was like reminding because I had my JRL 2020s for like 2 years that I was cutting with them. And when I picked up the plays and I used them, the motor was the same, like the 2-click motor where it went from 6,000 RPMs to 7,500 was the same.
mhm,
The noise, that low noise
mhm,
was pretty much
mhm.
the same. The way it cut and all that was the same. The only difference it was like the body.
Right.
So the plays had like a different body to it.
Did you like the
And but
body?
so I preferred the body more because it was a little bit more like that traditional clipper shape. But I did like I rocked with my JRLs for a long time, bro. Like I remember when I did a I wanted to see how much I could push the battery limit on my JRL. And I knocked out 12 cuts in one day, only using a JRL. Now, at the end of the day, that red light was blinking, and I was down to like 30 minutes, 15 minutes left on that thing. But I did 12 cuts
Damn.
only
Hmm.
using the JRL. And I
Hmm.
didn't, now, I balled it out, with another clipper. I did a lineup, but when it came to cutting, fading, debulking, I did 12 cuts in one day, only using the JRL. So that let me know, like, bro, that
Was
battery's
like
legit on there.
that. Right.
It's
Right.
like that. Yeah, and it's like, oh, they advertise 4 hours, but it's a true 4 hours. It's not a, you know what I
Fade.
mean, advertise 4 hours, but you only gonna get three. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's a true 4 hours on that thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're goaded. They're my
Yeah.
Tim Duncans.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
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 Now I haven't tried the Onyx, but when I went to the Texas Barber Convention, I had a guy ask me to be his model, G the Barber, and he cut my hair with the Onyx,
Hmm.
and I could feel the difference between the original 2020s
Hmm.
and those Onyx. And that's just from the experience of cutting and
Hmm.
feeling it when he was cutting my hair and lining me up because that was the biggest thing too. My JRL trimmers did not hit. I had to do the 50 blends mod and put the Babyliss blade on there in order to make them hit.
Hmm.
But that dude, when he hit me with them Onyx trimmers, I was like, yo, what? Like the JRLs is finally hitting, like the trimmers is finally hitting now. And the clipper was cutting. I was like, okay, they did something with the Onyx and made it even better than the original JRLs, the 2020s.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting enough for me. I mean, I understand that some people say that the ergonomics are better on the play, and respectfully so. For a lot of
Hmm.
people, it can be. You know,
Hmm.
um, for me, the JRL, the Onyx, I do like the little small things that they have done for it
Hmm.
to make it ergonomically better, especially the two grooves in the back where you really put your hand placement. So I think there's two different type of things that we don't really pay attention to. Is that you can have I would say this: the Low Pros, hands down, is probably the most ergonomic clipper I've ever had. The main reason why I say that is because it doesn't force your hands or fingers to go anywhere but to exactly where those grooves are.
Yeah,
So a lot of
it's
times you
got the
can have, yeah,
little indent, right? Yeah.
right. So there's sometimes you have clippers where you're forced to go into whatever that mode is, and it feels either
Hmm.
for some people comfortable or uncomfortable. You get what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So like, okay, so that magic clip, you know where that button is where it sits up high above?
Yeah.
Some people probably feel like they have to do that. Some
Hmm.
people that are like really into the game, they just hold it however they feel like they need to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
But some people will hold it just like that and be like, it might not be comfortable, so they dislike it. The
Mm-hmm.
JRLs, what they did at the bottom of the grooves is that right where my hands literally lay, it fits there. So when I do my flick motion, it just feels very natural. So my ergonomic test is more so on a natural fit more than, oh, this is what I need to do because this is where this is at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how the play is when it comes to that part, but I just know when it comes to the JRLs that no matter how I hold them, they just fit comfortably in my hand.
Yeah, so for the plays, I feel like it's smaller than the FX, and it's not as big as the FX, but it's more size wise compared to like your traditional size clippers,
Mm,
like like your seniors, like
mm.
and it has
Like
kind
the
of
low
about that
pros?
same weight. Yeah, so it has like that same weight and like
Kind of like the
ergonomics to me.
Rebels.
Like a rebel. Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like a rebel to where it's and up top it's a little bit thicker, you know what I mean? But like overall, like they cut pretty solid. Like I did a couple cuts with them. I cut my own hair. Like they cut pretty solid,
Mm,
So like I definitely give them their flowers. Like it's a decent freaking clipper,
right.
especially for the price point. You know what I mean? That it's at. So like, you know what I mean? But like I say, my first impression of it when I cut, I was like, damn, this feels just like the JRL.
Hmm.
Like 100%, like aside from the ergonomics, everything about it felt like I was using my JRLs from there.
I mean, yeah, that's
But
not. I mean, how can I say it? It's just when you don't get mad at Kobe, resemblance of Jordan. You know what I mean? But
hmm
Kobe is still Kobe. So at the end of the day, you still respect Kobe.
yeah.
So it's no for me. There's no disrespect when it comes to like how the play works and all that jazz. It's
hmm
just I just won't. You know,
Yeah.
but I do love the JRLs. I do hands
Oh
down.
yeah. Yeah.
How they came in. They came in at a different angle, and honestly, that's what I respected about them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think they really took the market by storm with the battery life when nobody had that battery life like that. Like when they came in and was like 4 hours of battery life, like at that time, like nobody heard of no 4 hour battery life and a true 4 hours at that too.
right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
when
I
Bayless
think the
came
average
out
at
with the
that,
batteries. The first one, the Snap FX, right? Because
Nah, before that,
they did it before JRL.
no, JRLs was before that.
yeah, JR
That's-
RL was before that. Yeah, and like somebody Mr. Williams said, battery life
And
uh
and
and the
indicate.
indicator. Because that was the thing too. I used to love when I looked at my JRLs, it had a digital display to where it would go 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hours. And then once it got underneath there, it'd start blinking red. The color would change. The JRL would turn from white to red
Hmm.
when you got below like in that charge critical area and you could see that. So like when I was knocking out them 12 cuts that day, I was like, dang, I can actually see not just an indicator, but like actually see how much battery life I have left on there.
Hmm.
So like they really took the game by
Now,
storm when they came out with that.
I,
And the smaller shape and ergonomics of it, I liked it. I specifically used it mainly for tapers too. And I feel like that's what really set me up for not minding the small size of the Instinct is because I became so accustomed to the smaller size of the JRLs.
hmm Now I will say this: when it comes to battery life, JRL took it by storm because they were more focused in the barbering industry. But there is another company that is like a mix of personal and some barbering a little bit, and that's Bevel. Bevel, uh,
Mm-hmm.
their
Hmm.
their low end is 6 hours.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, but they got 6 hours, but that thing kind of thick though. I ain't gonna lie. That bevel a little thick, bro.
No, I mean, have you ever used them?
So I've
I never
seen them.
used them.
I haven't used them, but I've seen them,
They are
and
they
they
are,
remind
but
me of the JRL, but like a little bit bigger than
The Lizzo version.
it's not.
it. He
Yo,
said the
not
Lizzo.
the list.
He said the Lizzo
Yo,
JRL,
that's
bro.
funny. But for real, the when it comes to the trimmer, let me speak on the trimmer, not the 2-in-1. The 2-in-1 is just that's. I feel like
You know what? That's what
respectfully,
it was that I,
the
Yeah,
yeah.
that big one
That's
that
what
want to
that
do it.
the
that's
two
what it
in one
was.
for real.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. When it comes to innovation, nobody's really caught up to Bevel just yet.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. No, they have not. Now I'm talking about material, mechanisms, all of that.
Hmm.
You can zero gap their trimmer. They came out years ago. You can zero gap their trimmer with just a nozzle. Everybody's
Oh
still
yeah,
coming.
pressing the
Everybody coming out
yeah.
with all this stuff and gadgets and how to zero gap a blade. You pop that blade off and you twist it, zero gap, pop it back on. Call it a
Hmm.
day. Oh,
Damn.
it's
Yeah.
too tight. Pop it off. Little nozzle. Take a little bit off. Boom. Best sensitive type of trimmer I've ever used. The blades, they never get hot. They have the best blades. You can drop them, they
Hmm.
won't chip, nothing like that. But people won't really rock with it on some real because it is. Some people well, they're just geared to just black people. I'm just gonna call it a spade.
Yeah.
But it's
Hmm.
really not. It's more personal. It's more of a personal grooming at home use, but it also
Yeah.
can really be used in the barbershop. I use it. I use it in the
Yeah.
shop.
So
I get some dumb
how
blends.
much time do you know the one where it has like instead of a lever, it's a digital like a
Right.
button where it's like opening up. How much extra time does that add to your cut though?
It
Like honestly, with
I'll
that.
be. It depends on what type of barber you are. If you're an experienced barber, it's not going to add that much time. So this is
Yeah.
what I mean. So you get so used to it because it is a different learning. It's a different learning situation. So
Hmm.
like when you're doing a fade, right? You're doing a fade. Let's say you got the two guard on, and you're like fading down. So I got the
Hmm.
two guard on, blades all the way open. It's at 2.5. That's the highest it goes. So once I do
Hmm.
this, and let me say I brush it down 3 times. Me brushing it down 3 times, I'm already holding it to adjust it to 1.5. So
Hmm.
when I do that, boom, I'm back at it. So
Yeah.
it's a different learning, you know, about it. But honestly, it's not for everybody. I'll
Yeah.
be real with you. But
Hmm.
if you want to learn something new and different, it's a beast.
Yeah.
The innovation
Hmm.
is nobody's. They got the detachable blade. They got detachable battery. They got all of that. Like
That
honestly, it's
that
Yeah.
blade, what can it fit on other than the bevel? Can it
nah.
fit
That's
on
it.
like
I think
That's it.
it's it. Yeah, they just they it's only for their product. Yeah, yeah. So
some?
it's not like interchangeable with
Nope.
other things. So theirs
Nope.
is
Their
mainly
guards are
designed
trash
for their
though.
stuff.
I would say their guards are. I don't like their guards. I don't like their guards.
But yeah, with that, you can't use no other guards on it, right? Because of the specific size of the blade and how they shape it.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But the blade, the blade itself. See, like I think about the performance of a thing, but I also think about like how did they build this? That
Mm-hmm.
blade is probably the best blade, other than like the OGs.
Yeah.
Their blades are
Mm-hmm.
the best blades.
Mm,
Yeah.
They don't
mm,
rust
damn.
at all.
Mm.
At all. I got well, it's in the shop. I had it probably 4 or 5 years. Still looks brand new.
Mm. So the build quality is definitely there.
Very
Oh
much
yeah.
so.
So how
Mm.
about them Supras, Cocos, or like any other ones? Man, do you,
Super dope. Coco's the body the I don't the blade is good, but the I don't even like the shape of the Cocos. I'll be honest with
I
you.
didn't
Like
really rock with the Cocos, bro. I used them at well, I didn't use them. I tested them out at a barber convention, and they do the little display with the hair and stuff, and I looked at it, but I don't know, man. The Cocos, they didn't hit home with me, man. When I grabbed them, when I used the clippers, the shape, all that, and the trimmer seemed like it was a hitter, but like overall, it didn't convince me enough to like say, hey, I want to buy this.
mm,
yeah, I don't really care for them. Supers are of course any detachable clippers are dope. Period.
Hmm.
I think everybody should cut with them. Learn how
Oh
to
yeah.
at least.
Oh
Somebody said y'all seen
yeah.
that duet technology clipper trimmer. I have. I did see that. I
You
did see that.
oh, you talking about from Barber what's his name?
Yeah,
Barber Pro what's
yeah.
his
Where you
man?
switch out the top and then
Yeah,
I've seen
but
that.
so I saw that today. I came up on that video and I saw it, his duet technology, but the only thing I saw that kind of made me think was that it was when I from what I saw it was corded, and I'm like, I don't know how much that'll still appeal to today's market with everything trending in the cordless direction. Like if it's innovation and it's dope and stuff, maybe some people will still rock with it, but I feel like you're gonna kill a large amount of the market by it still being corded
Well,
if it is,
how can I say
unless
this? I mean, I think that it has it has room to grow. I mean, since the fact that it did come corded, it definitely has room
yeah,
to grow. That company,
mm-hmm,
you can either rock with them Jones
mm-hmm,
early and be a part of like just the beginning phase. Now, I'm a
yeah,
person that like to do product reviews. I like to see if to test it out just to see if this
oh
thing is
yeah,
worth it or not. I
yeah.
went on the
He
website. That
his
thing,
marketing, You know, he know who he need to shoot it out to.
yeah,
Shoot, he know he need to send you one. He need to send Tank one. He need to send Reggie one. You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
mean,
If he really want to get the word out about that, you know.
and I seen the price of it right now. I mean, it looks like the original price is $4.99, but it's $4.25 right now. So
Now, I don't know enough about it. If it's like if it's a two in one, or is
no,
that
it's a
just, you
six.
know, so I don't
I believe it's a 6-in-1. So it comes with all
damn,
the blades. It comes with all the guards.
damn. Okay.
So the guards is from 0 to 8. I mean, I just glanced at it real quick, but
Yeah.
I'm curious about that lever though. They have a lever since it is an adjustable twist off. I'm wondering
Yeah.
what's the length of the lever going to be, and is that going to play a factor? Because if
Yeah.
it seems like you have to make it short so it can be a twist off and still have room,
Oh,
but I
enough
don't.
room to
But I,
really, yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I was
Hmm.
just analyzing, but I did see it. It looks interesting. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I'm wondering how it sounds. Stuff like
Hmm.
that. But yeah, but what Campo said, there's always a place for corded clippers.
Oh,
I think so too. To
yeah.
be honest,
Yeah.
there's always going to
Hmm.
be a market for corded clippers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they are going to probably. He called it something 1.0, a switch something
Hmm.
1.0. Anytime you see
Yeah.
something one, you're going to see a two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So then you know that it's eventually gonna kind of get there
yeah,
to that point. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll definitely be on the lookout. I saw that pop up today and I was like, that's interesting. I'd like to see kind of what more what direction this is going and like what place it has in the market.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
same.
what do y'all? So what do y'all think about enhancements? And should y'all charge more for enhancements?
Yeah, 500, bro.
Damn.
He said,
Damn.
Huh? Said it calm, didn't I? No, I mean with enhancement.
confidently like you do.
I mean,
So
it'll go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I include a man in my service, bro. So like I'll ask, so I don't automatically do it. I'll ask the clients like if they want it. Like I'll be like, do you want enhancements? It's included with the service. So like that's just kind of like how I set my
Pricing.
price point,
Mhm.
and how I do it is I give you all of these things in this price point. Now, if you don't want that, I'm definitely not the type of person to be like, oh no,
It's
bro, like you
a
gonna get
must.
these enhancements, like because there are don't get me wrong, there are barbers that are like that. There are barbers that I've heard of, and clients have been like, no, I went to this dude and I told him I didn't want enhancements, and he said, no, this is my overall service. You are a walking like advertisement for me, so part of me giving you the best product is you got to have enhancements on. And like, there's some dudes I work with, like in the military. It was like white dude with a comb over and stuff like that, had a slick back comb over and all that. And he was like, bro, the Puerto Rican dude like slapped the enhancements on my head. And he was like, bro, I went into work and everybody started roasting me. They was like, bro, why you got a black guy line up? You know, like,
That
Are
is
they
funny.
ruthless?
yeah, they was like, bro, what you think you black now? Like, what you know? So like, he was
That's
like, don't get
tough.
me wrong, it looked clean, but I went home and he was like, man, at lunchtime, I went home, I washed that stuff out, bro. He was like, that wasn't my look. Like, that's
Right,
not
right, right.
my preference. And I feel it's preference on certain people, man. But well, go
Yeah.
ahead, cause I
Now I don't see the problem with enhancements. Honestly, it ain't nothing new. It's
Yeah.
nothing new, man. Like people was doing that way back when I was a young kid. They was getting that Beijing. It's nothing new.
Beijing, bro, back in,
We just
bro.
calling it a different name, but we just like to make stuff a
Exactly.
trend, and we like to be all like,
Yeah.
like my thing is this. Here we go again, being premature barbers using something and don't know really how to effectively use it. Some
Yeah.
of us don't. Some of us don't know about permanent dye,
Mm-hmm.
semi-permanent,
Yeah.
and temporary.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is and how, like. So I feel like that's something that as barbers we need to understand what it is and why we use
Oh,
it.
oh
Some
yeah.
some barbers want to use it because they messed up.
Mm-hmm. And that's the
Some
wrong thing.
it's
Yeah.
it's 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 we call it enhancements now because it's supposed to enhance the cut that's already
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
If the cut ain't
Exactly.
clean already, then you just putting makeup on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
And
Demi.
that's
Yeah,
the
and Demi.
biggest.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Yep. Because that's the way you got to do it. You got to hit a clean cut first. And then, like for me, so like I use enhancements on myself too, because I know in my corners here, I'm light. So I will naturally line
Dang, bro.
myself up. But if I don't enhance this, bro, these is going to be light patches right here in the corner. So like
Yeah, dude.
I enhance this
Got
all
that
the time and I don't have an
McDonald's.
issue with it. You know what I
Right, me
mean? So
either.
like it get a little thin there. So like I'll throw the enhancements on it and it looks good. But like even with my clients, a lot of times too, if they're new, sometimes I'll intentionally show them, like if I know I got a guy that's standing, I'll show him what his natural hairline looks like first. So I'll spin him around to the mirror and I'll be like, all right, this is your natural lineup, okay? So this is what it looks like before I enhance it. And then I'll hit them with enhancements and show them what it looks like after. So they kind of know that, hey, I just didn't spray you all up for no reason. Like I sprayed you up for a reason, but this is what your natural hairline looked like beforehand.
I got a question. If we're gonna talk about enhancements. I don't really think that some of the problems with enhancements is the lineup. What about like when people enhance the sides? What do you think about that?
You
But
talking about
I
like when
seen
they
that. It
go
was
and
weird to me.
spray like all of
No,
that and
no,
like
no, 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 no,
or
no.
what
I mean,
do you
like
mean?
they done faded the sides, and you just see they spray a little bit
Oh,
here and there.
bro,
Da da da. Just try
I
to make it.
can't stand that. So this is my whole thing. My biggest thing is that you should never enhance anything that you didn't like fade it out. So like I'll give you an example.
Hmm.
Let's say I gave myself a mid fade, right? No C cups. And I sit up here, I give myself a mid fade. I enhance this, but then somebody sprays on the C cup here, but this is all balled out. But then they spray on the C cup.
Or
That drives me nuts,
this
bro.
area dumb dark, and you just see it dark, and then it's
Yes,
just boom.
bro,
I'd
that
be like,
drives me
But I
nuts, man.
seen people enhance right here in the back though too.
So I seen people do that too. And I've done that a couple times before, but just closer up top to the ear. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? But like I've seen it to where people take it all the way down, like all the way to the
I'm
end to where it's just like some
I've
then
I've
that
done that.
goes with like Concise said, the experience of there is a learning curve to enhancements, man.
Hmm.
Like you just don't do it and it's good. Like to make enhancements look good, it's a legit skill set that you
Hmm.
have to master.
But I
All
also
right,
seen
so
somebody like Photoshop some pictures though now to
see
get a.
that's see now we talking about something different.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
that's
whole
that's
Photoshop, that's a whole
like
nother
we talking
thing.
about chair cut picture. I ain't talking about chair cut picture. Bring that junk
Edit.
home, go to Photoshop, and then send it out to the world.
Uh-huh.
That's a paid service. But I'm not talking about that. You know what I mean? That's like somebody you do your wedding photos. Like that's different. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we just trying to be a little bit of everything. But our OG, he didn't even use a shaver. I seen him do this. OG and his GTX. When it came to a
Mm-hmm.
taper, he had them joints like absolute zeroed out, like smooth as butter, clean zero. He did the arch in the back, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody enhanced the sides. He doesn't
Yeah.
enhance his sides. He just arches in the back and how he fades it, it's just a nice
Exactly.
smooth blend arch, and he
So,
still keeps
yeah.
it dark on the
So
sides.
that's
He
how I
lays.
started doing my tapers too.
Uh-huh.
Is kind of so I used to just go straight across in my neck tapers, but then like I started doing where I do a arch, and as I get to the edges, I keep the edges darker and
Mm-hmm.
then kind of like rainbow it to
Mm-hmm.
where it kind of like because I've seen videos too where it was guys talking about naturally enhancing the haircut. And
Mm-hmm.
then I started experimenting with that too with the C cups as well. So
Yeah,
like
make
I
it look
started
like
thinking
they
like
have enhancements,
make it
right?
look like it's enhancements there where you don't like where you leave like this part of the hair
Mm-hmm.
there and you will fade like some of that out and stuff, but intentionally leaving this part dark, especially if you got a guy with a beard and then leaving more of that dark to where it connects and then more like going bald with it behind it to where you're like doing stuff that's naturally enhancing it before you even add enhancements on it because eventually the enhancement's going to wear out. So then if you naturally enhance it, that's a skill set, but that's what barbers used to do. Old school barbers used to do that a lot of time before
Oh yeah.
enhancements was a big thing. They learned the skill set of how to like even if they had somebody thinning in the hairline, they learned how to fade it a
Mm-hmm.
certain way to blend in
Right.
the hair to make it look like it
Right.
wasn't receding.
Yep. He said one and a
Hmm.
half guard here, here,
Yeah.
here,
Hmm.
three to a two this way,
Yeah.
or go against with a three and a half and lay it down. I
Yeah.
said, all right, bet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they would teach you them skills, and that's where you would really kind of learn how to
But
do
nobody don't
that.
like to listen now no more. Everybody's a master barber for real.
Fresh out of barber school, master
I,
barber.
I'm
Yeah, you
I'm
see what it say on my license? I'm a master
yeah,
barber.
yeah, I'm a student. I don't care how long I've been in the game.
Never stop learning, man.
Yeah, I'm always
Never
a
stop
student.
learning. Never stop learning,
Yeah.
man. And
But look,
always, because
I got
the game's always gonna continue to evolve.
right. I gotta get up out of here though.
Yeah, man.
I got
It's
an
getting
early
late.
I got an early one. So
All right, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on with me though. It's been right. Nice, concise cube. Appreciate y'all, my boys.
All right,
appreciate you,
Y'all
bro.
have a
sir.
good night.
Y'all too.
All
You
right.
too, man. Take it
Y'all
easy.
be safe. All right.